Hola chicos, ¿qué tal? Hola de nuevo, ¿estáis bien? Welcome to episode 2. Before we continue, please go to salta.ie and download the notes for all these episodes, because one of them is the essential grammar before leaving certificate, and you're going to find it really useful. Okay? I'm going to provide you with lots of advice, lots of tips, lots of general feedback on the leaving certificate, but if you don't get your grammar, then we can really move forward. So, this second episode is about verbs and tenses. I'm sure you agree with me how tricky and how challenging verbs and conjugation has been for you like these last years. So it's always really advisable to revise like the trickiest tenses before the exam. There's lots of verbs involved in the leaving certificate, of course, but there's always around 25, 30, 40 verbs that are essential and you need to know like the back of your hand. So I recommend you cover half of them and say them aloud. If you've covered the Spanish ones, say them in Spanish. If you cover the English ones, say them in English. Can you remember these 25? Then we can move on. Based on experience, this is going to be one of the trickiest tenses. Even though indefinido has been one of the bases of your preparation for the exam, I find irregular verbs really challenging for you. I've provided you in the notes with a really nice wheel, as you can see, with the main irregular verbs in the past tense, indefinido in Spanish. I explained there how to use it. Use it as a shortcut. Every time you have a doubt regarding one tense, go to this wheel and immediately associate that particular verb to a broader picture. So you always have this mind map of pretérito indefinido in your head, and particularly irregular verbs. Imperfect tense, also challenging. Of course you know why it's challenging, because you don't have this tense in English. Used to is the only literal translation you'll find in English. So what about the other cases? You need to work on that too. You need to practice a bit. You need to take those notes and hit them. And of course, remember all the endings, all the irregulars. There's only 3, so be fine. Because even if you think you know, sometimes you don't. So don't be overconfident. And especially the contrast in between these two tenses. When to use indefinido, when to use imperfecto. You've been exposed to the main definition of imperfecto. It's a tense that surrounds events, right? It's like a cloud of context around indefinido. Go through the grammar, please. Go through the notes and dig a bit into this difference, because it's going to be really useful for you, especially regarding the written piece, the letter, the notes, the written expression. And it's always advisable to get one of these nice charts with all the list of main verbs you've collected, or I've provided you with these ones, but you can make your own. And then fill in the gaps with all the different tenses. And conjugate them in a nice structured way, so you get the broader picture. It's about getting the mind map in your head with all the tenses, all the endings. Another example of a chart you can make or you can use, find it in the notes. So please go through the grammar, go through the notes and print them out if necessary. Take as many notes as possible and fix this in your brain, which is gonna be your worst enemy, or as we're gonna fix here, it's gonna be your best friend. Find also some exercises to practice with these tenses included in the notes. So that's it. That was all. I hope you go through those notes, and I'll see you in the next episode. Hasta pronto. Thanks for listening. Adiós.